For years, Amal and George Clooney were the definition of a Hollywood power couple. She, the brilliant international human rights lawyer, and he, the iconic actor and filmmaker. Together, they seemed unstoppable, elegant, devoted, and supportive of each other's careers and passions. Publicly, their relationship was a fairy tale. The couple married in 2014 in a lavish ceremony that was the talk of the town. They welcomed twins and often appeared united on red carpets and at high-profile events. But behind the glamorous facade, cracks were forming, subtle at first, but impossible to ignore as time went on. Sources close to the Clooneys reveal that the strain between Amal and George had been growing for some time. The couple's demanding schedules kept them apart more often than they liked. Amal's tireless commitment to global justice and human rights meant long stretches abroad, while George juggled his own projects and life in Hollywood. But it wasn't just physical distance, emotional distance began to grow. Friends say Amal felt increasingly isolated, often burdened by the challenges of motherhood and a marriage that no longer fulfilled her emotionally. George's easygoing and sometimes carefree approach clashed with Amal's intense, disciplined personality. The balance they once shared was shifting. What many didn't see was the deep communication breakdown that unfolded behind closed doors. Attempts to bridge their growing divide through conversations and counseling reportedly fell short. The frustration built up silently, with resentment simmering beneath the surface. While George tried to keep things light and avoid confrontation, Amal wanted serious talks and solutions. Their fundamentally different coping styles began to push them further apart. According to insiders, the defining moment came during a private dinner at their Bel Air home. After weeks of tension, the conversation became a turning point. Amal, exhausted and emotionally drained, finally voiced the feelings she had been holding back for months. Looking George directly in the eyes, she said the words that would change everything: "I'm done." This statement was more than just frustration, it was a profound declaration of self-worth and a boundary that Amal was no longer willing to cross. She was done feeling invisible and unsupported in the marriage. Done sacrificing her happiness for the sake of appearances. Many are asking why Amal Clooney waited so long before making this dramatic decision. The truth is, Amal is fiercely independent and committed. She fought hard to save their marriage, for years. Her career is built on resilience, perseverance, and standing up for justice, and she tried to apply those same principles in her personal life. But the reality of a marriage losing its foundation can't be ignored forever. Amal realized she was holding on to a relationship that was no longer healthy or sustainable. When Amal said, "I'm done," George was reportedly stunned. Friends close to him say he never saw this coming and immediately regretted the emotional distance he had allowed to grow. He reached out, expressing sorrow and a desire to fix things, but Amal was resolute. The charm and wit that have always defined George were no match for the resolve Amal had developed. Her decision was clear: it was time to move forward separately. With divorce papers now reportedly filed, fans and insiders alike are wondering what the future holds for this once inseparable couple. The Clooneys have always been private about their personal lives, and they are expected to keep this process as discreet and amicable as possible. Amal is said to be focusing on her career and their children, prioritizing stability and peace. George, meanwhile, is reflecting on his own life and how he can grow from this chapter. Amal Clooney's decision to walk away from her marriage highlights a larger, often unspoken truth about celebrity relationships: fame and fortune do not guarantee happiness. Their story is a reminder that mental health, emotional fulfillment, and personal boundaries are critical, no matter how perfect a couple may look from the outside. Amal's courage to say, "I'm done," sends a powerful message to people everywhere about the importance of knowing when to let go and choosing self-respect over societal expectations. Social media has exploded with reactions, some praising Amal's bravery, others expressing sadness for what they hoped would be a lifelong partnership. The media is saturated with speculation, but through it all, Amal and George remain committed to shielding their family from the spotlight. This story is evolving, and fans around the world are watching closely. Amal Clooney's final words to George, "I'm done," are not just the end of a marriage, they mark the beginning of a new chapter in her life. It's about reclaiming agency, prioritizing happiness, and setting new boundaries. George Clooney will also face a journey of self-reflection and growth. Their split reminds us all that even the most admired couples face challenges, and sometimes, walking away is the bravest choice. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this story. If you want to stay updated on Amal and George's story and get the latest celebrity news and relationship updates, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell right now. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think this divorce was inevitable, or could they have saved it? I love hearing from you. Stay tuned for more exclusive updates here on the channel.